Kris Harbour's story isn't just about building with logs and clay. It's about building a new life from the ground up. Back in London, Kris lived what many would consider a well-settled life. He had a secure job as a lift engineer, owned 2 properties, and enjoyed the comforts of urban life. Yet beneath all that, he carried a quiet restlessness, a yearning not for more but for less. Less noise, less rush, less concrete. What he longed for was a life in tune with nature, a lifestyle where his hands could shape his home and the land could feed both his body and his soul. In 2015, he finally made the leap. He sold everything, both his flat and house in London, and bought a piece of woodland in the quiet hills of South Wales. It was a bold move, one that surprised many who knew him. But for Kris, it wasn't just about moving to the countryside. It was a complete realignment of how he wanted to live. Simply, sustainably, and independently. That decision marked the beginning of what would become one of the most inspiring and authentic off-grid transformations on the internet. When Kris arrived on his 18.5-acre woodland plot, he didn't bring blueprints or contractors. What he brought was a vision and the determination to make it real. He began building with the resources around him: wood from his land, clay from the soil, and salvaged materials from nearby sources. The methods he used, like roundwood timber framing and earth bag construction, were ancient in principle, yet deeply relevant in today's world of environmental awareness. His first roundwood cabin, modest but sturdy, took over 1,000 hours to complete and cost him just £4,000. It was more than just a home. It was proof that with enough willpower and the right knowledge, a person could truly live off the land. To document this journey, he started a YouTube channel, Kris Harbour Natural Building. It began as a way to share his progress and possibly connect with like-minded people. But what unfolded was far greater. The early videos were simple. Kris walking viewers through the building process, sharing trials, errors, and breakthroughs. No flashy editing, no dramatic music, just raw, honest storytelling, backed by the sound of wind through the Welsh trees, and viewers responded. By 2020, the channel had crossed the 100,000 subscriber mark. Today, in 2025, that number has grown to nearly 600,000. Across nearly 400 videos, Kris has managed to create not just content, but a living, evolving archive of sustainable life in action. His most popular uploads, like the construction of his hydroelectric system or his cabin build series, have garnered millions of views. More importantly, they've inspired thousands to take their first steps toward a more sustainable lifestyle. Kris's homestead, nestled in the rolling Welsh countryside, has slowly transformed into a thriving off-grid oasis. His cabin, built with timber he harvested himself, is powered entirely by renewable energy. A small hydroelectric system, channeling water from a nearby stream, keeps the lights on. Solar panels back up his power supply. Permaculture gardens feed him. A sauna provides comfort, and the air, free of city smoke, nourishes a quieter kind of happiness. Each addition to the homestead tells its own story. A workshop where he crafts custom furniture, a composting toilet system that minimizes waste, a greenhouse to extend the growing season, and now plans for a timber-framed barn and guest cabins that will allow others to experience life off-grid. There is no urgency in Kris's approach, only patience, intention, and a deep respect for the process. While the YouTube channel remains the heart of his outreach, Kris's digital presence has expanded far beyond video. Through his website, krisharbour.co.uk, he offers blueprints, detailed blog posts, and online courses that guide people through the techniques he's spent years perfecting. From building a timber frame to installing a micro-hydro system, his materials are as thorough as they are practical. Supporters can also join his Patreon community, where they receive exclusive content and help fund future projects. Though modest compared to some influencers, this network allows Kris to remain independent, free from corporate sponsorships or brand deals that might dilute his message. His story has attracted media attention, with features in magazines and documentaries highlighting his off-grid journey. Yet despite the growing fame, he remains grounded in his mission: to educate, inspire, and tread lightly on the earth. Kris Harbour isn't in it for the money, that much is clear, but his lifestyle has still proven financially sustainable. YouTube ad revenue alone brings in an estimated $70,000 to $95,000 annually. Add to that his online courses, merchandise, and the occasional consultation, and it becomes evident that he's crafted a self-sufficient income model, one that aligns with his values. While calculating all this, we can easily estimate he has over $1 million net worth. He lives without rent, utility bills, or commuting costs. The money he earns goes directly back into his land, his tools, and his vision for a better way of living. In an age where content creators often chase luxury and excess, Kris offers a refreshing counter-narrative. You don't need more to live better. Kris is 38 years old in 2025, and while his personal life remains largely private, he has occasionally shared glimpses of it with viewers. In a Reddit AMA in 2018, he mentioned having a girlfriend and plans to build a more permanent home fit for long-term living. Though details are scarce, what little is known suggests a shared dedication to sustainability and a mutual respect for privacy. Kris doesn't use his platform to spotlight his relationships or private moments. He prefers to let the land and his work speak for him. This conscious separation between public and personal life has helped him maintain both authenticity and peace, two qualities not easily preserved in the age of social media. Perhaps Kris's most celebrated project is his micro-hydroelectric system. Quietly installed using local resources and a deep understanding of water flow, the system powers his cabin year-round. It's one of many engineering feats he's accomplished without formal training, evidence of his resourcefulness and hands-on intelligence. His videos detailing the setup, troubleshooting, and performance of the hydro system have inspired many off-grid enthusiasts to consider similar paths. He's also experimented with compost heating, greywater recycling, and passive solar design, always seeking smarter, simpler ways to live in harmony with nature. As of mid-2025, Kris remains as active and committed as ever. His recent uploads reflect a renewed focus on education, detailed tutorials, step-by-step builds, and practical advice for those hoping to follow in his footsteps. One of his major projects includes a timber-framed barn, which he has been working on since 2022. He's begun hosting small-scale workshops and retreats, giving followers the opportunity to learn directly on his land. These gatherings, though limited in size, offer a deeper, more personal glimpse into the daily reality of sustainable living. Despite his growing audience, Kris shows no signs of shifting toward entertainment or performance. His channel, his land, and his message remain unchanged. Slow down, build with purpose, and live in a way that honors both people and the planet. Kris Harbour may have started as just one man with a dream and a plot of land, but today, his impact stretches far beyond the borders of his Welsh homestead. He's helped redefine what it means to go off-grid, showing that it's not about escape, but reconnection. Not about abandoning the world, but building a better one. Through patience, skill, and transparency, Kris has built more than just a home. He's built a legacy of possibility, a quiet revolution in the woods. As the world continues to grapple with environmental challenges, his example grows more valuable by the day. And sometimes, home is something we build with our own two hands.